Welcome to Conversations Live. For more than a decade, we've brought you the best in books, entertainment, celebrity interviews, and current events. When the movers and shakers of the world have something to say to you, they say it to us first. Now celebrating 17 years of broadcasting success, here's your host, Cyrus Webb.
And welcome back, everyone, to Conversations Live. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again, both for our radio audience here in Mississippi at WYAD 94.1 FM and WYADonline.com. We're glad that you all could be with us. Also, just joining us through our online affiliates around the world, including iHeartRadio and Amazon Music Podcasts. We're glad you all could be with us as well. Well, as we've been talking about this month, May is recognized, among other things, as Mental Health Awareness Month. And the U.S. Department of Veteran Affairs is encouraging veterans in particular to take care of their mental health by highlighting resources that are available to help them and even offering ideas on how they can get started. One of those is through their One Step Today campaign, which provides guidance curated by veterans to inspire them to start on a path towards recovery, well-being, and a healthier tomorrow by taking one step at a time. Here to talk with us more about the VA's efforts, we're excited to welcome VA mental health experts Dr. Jennifer Strauss as well as Laura Miller. They're going to talk to us more about the One Step Today campaign, but also where you can get more information on how we can support our veterans. Thanks to the two of you for the time. Really appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
So I want to start with the One Step Today campaign that I mentioned. How does the One Step Today campaign encourage, in particular, women veterans to take care of their mental health?
Great question. The campaign itself centers around recommendations that veterans are making to each other. And the heart of the campaign is the website, or at least it's accessible on the website, which is maketheconnection.net, because the website features these brief videos from just this diverse range of veterans who have successfully kind of worked through struggles themselves. And for women, there are a number of videos that are women speaking to women veterans about shared experiences. So no matter, there are enough of them that almost no matter what your era of service is, what your age, what you've got on your plate that you're struggling with, there are videos in there and stories that people are telling on that website that should speak to you.
Yeah. Dr. Strauss, I want to ask you, how do women veterans' mental health care needs differ from the needs of the male veterans?
In a number of ways, but I think that the most obvious difference is just the rate of mental health problems that we see in veterans and then also in the general population. So women, I guess, overall, are more likely to experience mental health problems than men, and we see that definitely in our veteran population. We see much higher rates of mental health problems among our women, and some of the reasons there are a handful of reasons for that. I want to focus just on the role of life experiences and how those affect our women veterans, and you can kind of parse those down to two categories. So on the one hand, you have these really significant traumatic events, things like sexual assault, intimate partner violence, that unfortunately are much more common, again, among women in general, but particularly among our women veterans, and those absolutely can take a toll. The other thing that we see is that women and women veterans in particular are much more likely to have just a lot on their plates, a lot of just day-to-day stresses that add up and can really kind of burn through resilience. They are more likely to experience financial instability. They are more likely to be the caregivers in their home and to be putting a lot of energy into the care of other people with little left over for themselves. So that's one piece of the picture is just lived experience.
Got you. Dr. Miller, I want to ask you then, with that being... I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Dr.
No,
Strauss.
I think I was going to... Dr. Miller has a lot to offer, so it's a perfect change focus.
Yeah, Dr. Miller, I was just going to ask you, with that in mind, with the different mental health challenges that women veterans face what are the resources that are designed to be able to help them then in dealing with those challenges?
Great question, because there are some very specific resources designed for women veterans. One helpful thing to know about is that every VA has at least one person who's a women's mental health champion, and that is a clinician who has training in women's mental health and is aware of all the local and national resources that women veterans can access in order to help her. There's also a resource that's even available for women veterans who are not at a VA yet and who want to learn more. That is the Women Veterans Call Center. So this is a number that is free and confidential. All the responders are women. Many of them are veterans, and women can call and get all sorts of information about resources. The number for that is 1-855-829-6636, and they can call or text that number. There's also a reproductive mental health consultation program, because women, in addition to all the other stresses that they face, might have mental health challenges that have to do with mood changes around their menstrual cycle, or when they're entering menopause, or when they're pregnant or just had a baby. And that is a national team of experts that can help VA clinicians take care of women in those kinds of situations.
Dr. Miller, to stay with you for a second, I was curious about this. I mean, so much has changed about the stigma around the topic of mental health. Have you found that it's become easier, especially for women veterans, to talk about these things instead of keeping it to themselves and suffering in silence?
It's a great question. Stigma has really gotten in the way of people feeling comfortable talking, and there is less, but it's still a big barrier. And this is where MakeTheConnection.net really comes in, because women veterans can go there to that website, can see other veterans who initially had difficulty acknowledging or talking about or seeking help for their mental health challenges, but they can see how those folks overcame those problems, and they can really be inspired and feel some hope that they could do the same.
All right, MakeTheConnection.net. We'll make sure to link that up for our online audience. Again, everyone, Dr. Jennifer Strauss and Dr. Laura Miller have been here. Talk with us not only about what one step ahead is being able to do to help, especially female veterans, but also to help all of us, I think, in recognizing the importance of taking care of our mental health. Thanks to the two of you for the time today. I really appreciate you stopping by.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And we thank your audience for tuning in to another great segment of Conversations Live. Until next time, I'm your host, Cyrus Webb, saying, as always, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, enjoy your world. Thank you all for choosing Conversations Live. Now let's go make today amazing. Take care.